Good morning, guys. How are you? How's your weekend? I hope you had a fantastic, refreshing weekend as I did. In this video, what we're going to be breaking down are the currency pairs of this week, mostly the majors, obviously. We're going to be looking into some commodities like gold, indices like Volatility 75, US30, NAS100, and S&P 500. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Black Forex Academy. My name is Laurent. You can call me Black. Be sure to subscribe so that you won't miss out on future content, as we do provide with valuable trading content if you're a trader. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. We're going to start off with the fundamentals of the week, obviously. So looking at the fundamentals of this week, today we're going to be having some Euro, USD, and GBP, Aussie fundamentals, all of them strong. So for the Euro, we're going to have President Lagarde speaks for the Euro. I think that's already passed. So we're going to have another core durable orders for the US. We're going to have retail sales for the Aussie. I think this is the strongest fundamental of the day, the retail sales. On Tuesday, we're going to have again for the Euro. President Lagarde will be speaking tomorrow. Consumer confidence for the US will be the strongest event of the day. On Wednesday, we're going to have pending home sales, crude oil inventories. For the pound, we're going to have the Bank of England. The governor will be speaking, right? We're going to have Chair Powell speaks for the US because of the Fed, right? ECB for the Euro, and all of these are speeches. I don't really like speech fundamentals because they don't really impact the market at that specific time, or they don't have that strong catalyst to give the market direction as the immediate fundamentals, such as the interest rate, unemployment change, and all that. So the speeches, I mostly ignore them. I'm aware of them. Like, I wouldn't be taking a trade in the Euro, for instance, before this fundamental occurs, but then I'm just aware of it. But then if I already have a trade or all that, any of that, I don't really consider, like closing the trade or anything like that. So on Thursday, we're going to have pound, GDP. These are the strongest fundamentals of the week, end of the day for the pound, GDP, right? And then we have the US GDP. And then we're going to have for the US initial jobless claim again, JPY, Tankan Large Manufacturers Index, right, for the JPY, and then manufacturing PMI for the pound, CPI for the Euro, GDP for the CAD, and ISM manufacturing PMI for the US will be ending the Friday. So on Friday and Thursday, these will be the most volatile days of the week, obviously, with the strongest fundamentals on Thursday, the GDP. Okay, so let's look at the real deal, the charts, my favorite. This is a trade that we're holding on the OZZ. It almost topped us out here, like crazy. Almost 7 pips, like it almost hit us, but then it didn't. So we are now back up here. We're floating at around plus 3%. So let's see how it plays out. Right now, my bias is that on this OZZ, as you can see here, this 1 hour just closed. It's a bearish engulfing. So I'm expected to see prices retrace to around this zone here before we actually see continuation in the upside. So that's what I'm expecting, a little retracement to around here before we actually keep on pushing high. So if you'll be watching carefully this trade, you can actually add on, or you can take the trade if you didn't actually take the trade in the first place. So let's dive right into it. So NAS100, NAS100, NAS100 from the daily perspective. From the daily perspective, I expected prices to push lower. Last week we started here. So I was expecting to see prices push lower all the way until here. They did push lower, meeting a support level here, and then they bounced off. Although the market structure isn't broken because this was the previous low, and prices have just created a lower low. This previous high hasn't been broken yet, so I'm still very much bearish biased. I'm just waiting to see how it will play out today, obviously, because the New York isn't open yet, so I'll still be keeping a close eye on it with my bearish bias. Although if prices do manage to break above here, then I'll be bullish biased, right? S&P 500, I was expecting to see prices come down here until this support level, which they did. So right now, after hitting this support level, what I'm expecting to see is for prices to actually keep on heading higher, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful bullish move. So I'll be waiting for prices to create some sort of market structure, like, because right now prices were just coming from a bearish rally. So right now they're like this, right? So I'll be expecting to see prices give me a higher low before I actually take the trade, go with it to the moon. So I'll be expecting to see something like this so that I can actually take my trades at around here, right? So that's what I'm expecting to see in this particular pair. S&P 500. Gold, it's an interesting scenario. It's an interesting scenario. If you look at it like from some sort of perspective, you can actually see that prices are creating some sort of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? So if you look at it from this kind of perspective, you can actually see that prices, we can say here it had a left shoulder, we had head here, right? And then we can actually say this is a right, a right shoulder from the daily perspective, right? Although from the daily perspective, as you can see, the prices are still very much bearish because it's creating lower highs and lower lows. So until this is broken, we won't be actually taking any scenario as it's still bearish, right? That's from the daily perspective. Although on the 4 hours, if you look at it, it created a double bottom here, right? And then the prices did break above this neckline. So that means prices might be bullish for a while, meaning the distance from the bottom to the neckline has to be the distance from the neckline to where the profit should be. So I'm biased that prices right now will actually be bullish all the way to around here. So if you go in the 1 hour, I'll be expected to see prices bounce off here to around here. So that's my short-term bias on gold. So yeah, that's my short-term bias on gold, right? US30 prices, let's check it out from the daily. Prices on the 0.71. They did manage to break above this previous high. So I can say I'm a little bit bullish biased. Never did create a lower low. So I may be looking for some sort of retracement before you continue all the way to around here. So this is what I'll be expecting to see. Retracement to here if we actually push all the way up there. So that's oh my god, this is EJ, this is Eurojpy, excuse me. This is Eurojpy. So gold Eurojpy, this is the US30. My bad. So I just gave you a free analysis on Eurojpy. So US30 prices are on this. As you can see, after they bounced off this major market structure here, broke above here, and right now they're still up there, still looking to push higher. So I'll be expected to see a retracement here and a continuation all the way up there. That's my bias on the Eurojpy. So the US dollar. So as you can see here, prices on Friday, if you look at the candlesticks, right? So if you look at it here, we have this bullish candlestick, and then it was engulfed by a bearish candlestick, and then re-engulfed by another bullish candlestick. So it's crazy what's happening here, right? So if you go into the 4 hours, right? Okay, the move has begun. So what I noticed is that prices had some sensitive area at around here, right? At around there, which created a higher high, and then it came back creating another lower low. So it's crazy, meaning it's creating a consolidation. Didn't create another higher high, but right now prices retested this market structure, didn't break lower, and now they're actually pushing higher. So that means the US dollar is actually a little bit stronger right now. So I'll be expected to see prices keep on pushing higher until here before we actually see a major reversal if we're going to have it. Okay, so that's on gold. Usdchf, obviously, prices have broken above here, so that means I'll be expecting to see prices keep on pushing higher. Looking at it from a daily perspective, on Friday, prices closed with doji after hitting this support area, meaning they lack momentum right now, right? We can actually remove this because it's no longer valid. So we can actually see that prices gave us a false breakout here. Now prices are going back up above this descending trend line. So with this doji, what I'm expecting to see is for prices to actually push to around here, to around 94,500, to around 94,500. So on the lower time frames, we'll be looking for entries and actually take the trades to the stratosphere, if you know what I mean. So my entry scenario in this currency pair will be that I'll be waiting for this market zone to be broken, retested, and prices keep on pushing higher. That's Usdchf. So now we do have Usdjpy, same scenario, obviously because they are positively correlated with Usdchf. It's been in consolidation for a while, as you can see here, all of this zone here. It's a crazy consolidation zone until prices actually managed to break above here. So what I'm actually expecting to see, is for prices to actually give me some sort of retracement into this zone before it actually, before it actually finishes this bullish momentum all the way up there. So that's what I'm expecting on Usdjpy. Euro USD, let's see what's up with it. So with Euro USD, obviously, as you can see, they are negatively correlated with the USD, right? So this zone here, as you can see, it was broken, now retested. So what I'm expecting to see is for prices to actually, if they manage to break below here, I'll be expecting to see prices push down to around here before they actually start that crazy bullish rally. So that's the breakdown on the majors, guys. So now looking back into the indices, we have volatility 75. Crazy, it's crazy. It's crazy. So prices did break above this falling wedge pattern, gave us a sweet retest here, and right now prices are pushing higher. So what I'm expecting to see is for prices to keep on pushing higher all the way until up here. So that's what I expect to see play out on the volatility 75. So if this video has been of help to you guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you'll always be notified whenever we release future content. Till next time, guys, this was Black speaking. Peace and love.